Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. I want to use this opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. Now, there was a burial function going on in Siaya County, that is Ugenya constituency, to be specific, in an area called Ligege. And this was the burial function for the former National Union of Teachers Secretary General, William Honde. In this event, the Ugenya Member of Parliament, David Ochieng, attended. The Siaya Governor, James Orengo, was there. And Raila Odinga, who is also the Azimio leader, attended the same function. So they reached a time where chaos erupted in this event. And how did it happen? Now we have the Ugenya, who is the area MP, David Ochieng, who took the microphone to address the mourners. And we know very well that this is a man who was elected on ODM ticket, that's Azimio, a man who used Raila Odinga image to sell his candidature. But after that, he jumped, betraying the ODM party, betraying the Azimio coalition in support of William Samoei Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza coalition. That is where he is as of now. So when he attempted to address people, of course, you know what he will say. We will be selling the government side, government agenda. You will be defending the government side. So there is someone who came from behind and he snatched the microphone from him. Then chaos erupted. And David Ochieng was so much embarrassed. And it's like everyone was charged. They did not want him to address them. So the only remaining thing was him to flee for his life. He was just literally like a Burukenge. He was chased by people. He had to leave the service, and of course some disruption here and there. And this is what he was subjected to. Watch the video as we continue with this discussion. Now, of course, Raila Odinga was in this event, and because he was there, when he stood to speak, he condemned that act and asked for political tolerance. The Siaya governor also, James Orengo, did the same. He called for political tolerance. But above all, there is a political lesson here for David Ochieng, and that's what we want to look into deeper. But before we go deep into this, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, imagine, look at this. In your own constituency, if you cannot manage to address the people who elected you, the people that you represent, people that you are leading, who else can you address? If you cannot manage to control your own constituency, the people who gave you power through a democratic way on ballot, what else can you do? I am well aware that David Ochieng has learned a political lesson, and he is sure bet that he will not gain any political mileage in the near future coming to 2027 general election. He is well aware going to the ballot will be waste of time, resources for him. Kama huwezi address watu wako mwenyewe hivi, wanakufukuza kama umbwa. They chase you. They snatch a microphone from you. Do you still have a political mileage? Do you still control your constituency? Do you still hold the political grip of your constituency? Then be prepared for a rejection. What we are seeing here is a protest, and this definitely, I am convinced, is going to be reflected on the ballot. This man should know that this is the last time he will be serving in that capacity. Sababu kama unafukuzwa nyumbani, kama umbwa, watu hawakutaki, ni wapi utaongea tena? And what message was this clip sending to William Ruto? If this is one of the people you are banking on to gain a political mileage in Nyanza region, then they end up being chased, rejected. What else can they bring to you? So in terms of controlling politics, they don't have a stake. They don't have any constituency, even within their larger constituency that is representing, that he can appeal to. He has lost the ground completely. He has nowhere to hide. But then, why this? The fact remains that you cannot be elected, especially in a Nyanza region, then you turn against the people and betray them by supporting a candidate or a coalition which they were not convinced that it is fit to lead. This man was elected on ODM. That is Azimio. The people of Nyanza region largely believed in Azimio agenda. Then you are here, you come and change. You are speaking a different language that they were not believing in. What else do you expect if not being subjected to this kind of treatment? What else? That is Nyanza. They believe in truthful people. In Nyanza, what they want is that your word should be your bond. Tell people the truth and work for the people. Stand with the people. Preach the gospel in which you started with. Azimio, ikuwa Azimio. Unless if the principal leader has reached out to the people with a different idea. But when you come out as a betrayer to the party and the party leader, Nyanza is stronghold here, ODM. And therefore when Raila Odinga is leading, that means he represents the entire region. So hiyo mambo imekataliwa. Number 3, which is the worst point, the worst thing here, is that Mr. David Ochieng is supporting people who have oppressed Kenyans. Their policies are punitive, lot of punitive taxes. It is oppressive. Then you come here, you want to sell the agenda of such kind of a government. Do you think that you will get an audience to address? The rejection is here. It is clear that we cannot listen to you because even the men and women you are supporting have oppressed us. Now it's facing rejection. When I support Ruto, Ruto lied to Kenyans. Despite the fact that this region did not support him that much, the truth remains that he had an agenda. But he has turned against the agenda that he sold. Today, everyone is crying because of high cost of living. The jobs have been destroyed. Businesses are shutting down. No one is enjoying anything in this government apart from the appointees of William Ruto, who enjoy salary, other privileges, and corruption on large scale. Sasa niambie, what was in his mind even when he took over he took the microphone to address the people? You can't defend Ruto. Anytime you defend him, you become an enemy of the people. So let those who are elected in Azimio and moved to Kenya Kwanza prepare to be treated in such manner, especially when you come from maybe Western or Nyanza. I'm told even in Rift Valley it's the same thing. You go to Lower Eastern, it is the same thing. But above all, even we have seen rejection coming all the way from region where Ruto is commanding numbers. You go to Rift Valley, wako na shida na Ruto. Wako na shida na viongozi wao. I saw even Kipchumba Murkomen being chased at one point in Elgeyo Marakwet. Huko ni kwao nyumbani. You go to Mount Kenya, things are changing. So politicians should learn to be truthful. They should learn to support leadership that is people focused, that is meant to support the people or to work for the people. But when you support such kind of a leadership that is obviously openly being seen as a leadership that is oppressive, with a lot of intimidation, then corruption on large scale, people are not going to be with you. This is what you'll be treated to. So Ugenya MP was served very well by the people. They don't want him to address them anymore because he's a betrayer. In as much as Raila is calling for political tolerance, it sounds good, but I don't think if people will listen to that. It might not just happen. You can't defend a failure, an oppressor, and a man who wants rule by sword, but not the constitution.